Yo, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Bet Win Repeat Show. I am Detroit Lenny with Picks and Parlays. You can follow me at Detroit Lenny on Detroit_Lenny on Twitter. Pretty funny, at least I think so. This is, like I said, the Bet Win Repeat Show. We're going to go through some housekeeping stuff. We do have Ross Benjamin coming on the show, and Nick Parsons as well a little bit later. We'll break down the MLB slate, maybe talk a little football stuff. There's some training camps have started. Injuries popping up everywhere, left and right. So that's pretty par for the course. So we're going to talk a little bit of everything here, go through everything, get Nick Parsons' take on the CFL as well. There was a big signing in the NBA. Also, get maybe somebody's take on that. But we will start here. Facebook.com/group/picks and parlay contest. If you're in the contest, this is where you need to be. The weekly contests start once a week, every week on Monday. First Monday. There's only one Monday of every week. I swear to gosh, sometimes I wonder about myself. Starts every Monday. Juices -130 or better. Got to get a screenshot. There's a couple rules. It's pretty simple. Follow the contest rules. That started, I think there was 727 people joined that contest yesterday, and we're down to like 20, something like that. So join that contest. It's for $100 t-shirt. You hope I win because then it rolls over. But definitely check out the contest over there. Also, there's a monthly contest that I'm looking at the standings. And there's two things I realized because I just kind of been skating through this month. It's been like a weird July. Two things I've realized. One is it's a tight race. I mean, the leader's at 29-19. Second place looks like 28-20. And then there's a bunch of 27s and 21s. There's only 5 days left. It's a 30-day contest. So today's 25th. So you got 5 days left roughly at picks. 60 picks, 2 picks a day for 30 days. Same rules, kind of 130 or whatever. So that's there. I'm 24, 23, and 1. Second thing I realized is Tate needs help with the spreadsheet because ties, Excel does not like ties. Let me tell you right now, they do not. But he's doing a great job over there. But if I didn't give him any crap, who would? Don't forget about Picks and Parlays promo code. Use the promo code MLB. That'll save you 20% off the entire site over at Picks and Parlays when you're looking for any of our premium handicappers plays and whatnot. We try to give out as much content on this show. Contests are on the Facebook page. Content's on this show. Give out some free picks as well. Kind of go through some stuff there. So don't forget to like, share, comment, ring the bell for notifications so you'll never miss any of our content at picksandparlays.net. Davis is in the chat dropping bombs about the Durham Bulls, Norfolk, Iowa Cubs. That must be minor league baseball. Totally lost my train of thought. That's where I'm at. I don't know. I had knee surgery Friday, and I've been ever since. But Ross Benjamin, like I said, are going to come on. We're going to look over here at some of the names that are on the top of the standings here. Danny Daniels, 29-19. Boy, he's in it every month, and it's good to see him having a good month. Daniel Alexander, 28-20. Captain Brian is 27-21. You can't sleep on that guy. Let me just tell you, that guy's right up there, right up to the top there. Paula Thatcher, 27-21. Greg Jones, 27-21. Velko, 27-20-1. Julie Carly's 27-20, which is missing a pick, so that's probably 20. Ooh, I'm gonna call her 28-20 and move it right above everybody. Mr. Q's 27-18-3. D-Talk, who won it last month, or just won the weekly. Didn't win he won the weekly. He's 26-22. Then we kind of fall off. And some guy named Tate is 23-24, but we don't talk about Bruno. We just don't. So that's that on that. Picks and Parlay group page as well. We're trying to get to 3,000 members. Or is it a membership? It's not really a membership. There's no dues. Members, people part of the group, participants. I don't know what you want to call it there, but definitely check that out as well. But we're at, where are we at? 2,000. Hold on. Why can't I? Oh, right here. I know how to do this on my phone, but not on my computer. It's 2,657 members is where we're at. Do the math. What do we need? 343 more people. I add people every day. If they have to ask to join, they have to ask like a set of questions, just agreeing to no spam and stuff like that. If you don't answer the questions, I don't accept your approval. I don't accept your request. I'm that guy. I am that guy. Take the 2 seconds and answer the 5 freaking questions. They're like, yeah, I agree or disagree. It's really simple. So if you invite people and they're lazy and just click through and say whatever and I want to join, and then they're like, oh, that guy didn't let me join, I'm that guy. So we're trying to get to 3,000 members that are actually relevant or participating in stuff. I did say, hold on, I gotta resend Ross the link here. Ross didn't get the link. That's why Ross is very forever. I got you right here, Ross. That's okay. I just set it to Cam Ross. Let's send that out real quick. Boom. I know I sent it, but it's okay. It's okay. Let's send it to Nick Parsons as well. Just so he has it, because who knows? Maybe I didn't. I've been sending links and videos and stuff all day. So Davis likes Japan as well, -3. Are these minor? Is this KBO? What is going on here, Davis? What are you doing with your life? Ross is on his way. He's got that going on. But anyways, we're trying to get to a few thousand members. We're, like I said, we're 343 away. I'm trying to do it by the end of the year. I mean, it's the end of July, so we still have plenty of time. But share us out. That's the key. That is the key. Liking everything is great. I appreciate it. Subscribing, ringing the bell, all that stuff is great. But share us out. I used to say this all the time, and I don't say it enough anymore. You'd be surprised who wants to talk sports with this guy or anybody else here on this channel. So you would be 100% surprised. First of all, grandmas love me. They all do. So if you're thinking that your grandma won't, you're wrong. I'm just looking. I just realized there's like people that are like, I don't know. I'm totally into this Facebook page, and I realized, yeah, right. Brian Gillihan just said no one sees 40 in this contest today. There's some, not me, that's for damn sure. But the contests are going up and strong, so don't forget to check those out at, like I said, facebook.com. Let me see. I sent it again. Let me tell Ross I sent it. I don't know. Technology is not my friend lately. All of a sudden, in technology world, all of a sudden I just forgot how to hit send on an email. So that's my fault. I'm going to bring Ross in now because he's looking at me like he's going to put me, 8 feet under. And 6
no, man.
8 miles out, 6 feet under. What do they call it? What do they say? That's Ross Benjamin. Listen, I have the email. I just didn't hit the actual send button.
That's what happens when you get busy, buddy. It happens, no
busy.
biggie.
I think I'm just old.
Just don't want you to think I was bailing on you,
No, man. I was just rambling on about contests and stuff like that. And I was telling everybody you and Nick were coming on the show. And then I saw your text out of the corner of my eye. Thank God, because I have my phone on silent. So I saw it on the corner of my eye. And I'm like, I didn't send the button. I didn't send the link.
No biggie, buddy. No biggie. There's a lot more things, important stuff to stress over.
That's fair, my man. How's it going with you? How's everything? I haven't talked to you in a week since last Tuesdays with Ross.
Yeah.
How's life? How's the sports
Yeah,
handicap?
coming off a 3-0 sweep yesterday, even though it'll only show 1-0 at Picks and Parlays, I had 2 5-inning plays. Lenny, I I alluded to you last week. I'm leaning more and more toward those types of wagers, and I had the Reds on the first 5 at minus 105, and they were leading 2-1 after 5, and then lost the game 3-2. And then I had the Royals and the Guardians under 4.5, and that game was 2-0 after 5 and ended up 5-3. So you could see the method to my madness there. You know, you eliminate the bullpens out of the equation sometime, or you go with the better starting pitcher in the first 5, you know, because as you well know, Lenny, very seldom do starting pitchers go over 6 innings anymore, it seems
Not
like.
anymore, right?
Yeah.
Not like those days back in the day where you'd see guys going 7, 8, or 9, you know, whatever. You just needed a starter and a closer.
Yeah.
Now there's a whole rotation. Like this,
and the other side of the coin is this. I had Houston minus 102 yesterday, and right in my analysis at picksandparlays.net if you want to check it out. I alluded to the fact, and I've been beating this to death, and I'll continue to beat it to death. I can't take Texas serious as a serious contender to go all the way unless they make some real big moves at the trade deadline to improve their bullpen. And lo and behold, losing 9-6 going into the bottom of the 7th, we come back with a 3-run homer in the bottom of the inning off of Aroldis Chapman, who they traded for with Kansas City earlier this year. Those aren't the types of moves I consider tremendous. I mean, look, Chapman is an upgrade, I guess, but and I don't want to pick on him because he gave up a 3-run homer yesterday. But Lenny, he hasn't been the same pitcher for a few years now. You know.
Yeah, I was just gonna say this isn't anything new. I mean, it's been 2 years, I could say, probably because before he's been relevant, or helpful, I guess. I'm high on the Rangers, but I'm high on the Rangers first 5s. I bet a lot of Rangers first 5s.
Well, it goes hand in hand what I'm saying, right?
Exactly. Because of that, their bullpen is not great. Speaking of the trade deadline, I read an article yesterday that Shohei Ohtani, the 2 leading, if you will, candidates or teams trying to actively pursue him are the Arizona Diamondbacks, which is scary, and the Baltimore Orioles, which is also scary.
Even more scarier because I mean, you look at Baltimore, they're not fading, Lenny. If anything, they're getting better. And Arizona is sort of, since that great start, is really leveled off. And especially lately, they haven't played well at all. So
not even a little bit, although I'm on them today.
Well, Merrill Kelly's a nice choice at home, you know. So I wish you luck. I don't have a vested interest in the game, but now that you tell me that, I'm an Arizona fan.
I know. That's fair. Man, I've been high on the Orioles all year as well too. They've been making, you know, it was last year. It was they're a fluke. You know, they just worst the first, kind of thing, and they had a really good season and all that. Well, I don't think they're a fluke at all. I think they are here to stay for a while, and they beat Philly 3-2 yesterday. They're 2.5 games up over Tampa. Toronto's, I don't want to say surging. I don't want to use the word surging. But
but they're winning.
Right. I mean.
They won in extra innings at the Dodgers yesterday. The Dodgers return home after a long road trip. So not making excuses. They won 6-3 in extra innings. But no, I agree with you. I don't think when you compare Toronto with Baltimore right now, it's comparing apples to oranges. I think the Orioles have proven they're there to stay. And how about Tampa Bay going backwards, after that tremendous start? I mean, all of a sudden now they're 2.5 back, as you just said, and they're reeling.
Yeah, exactly. Mike brings up a point too. I did want to touch base on this game. Your thoughts on the Yankees, small underdogs at home tonight against Verlander and the Mets?
I can only comment. I really can't comment on it. I apologize because I have a pick in that game.
Okay.
But actually, I have a free pick in that game, so I can't comment on it. I take it back. I was going to give you that free pick on the show, so I might as well do it right now.
Well, let's go.
All right. So where are we here? Here we go. Okay. So Verlander, like you just said, Verlander and Herman. You know, this Domingo Herman is textbook erratic, Lenny. I mean, you look at his last 6 starts. There was a perfect game in there against Oakland, okay, albeit against Oakland, but still a perfect game in Major League Baseball is a perfect game, and it's
nothing to talk. Yeah, I mean, still got to do it.
Yeah,
still got to do it.
Still major league hitters you're facing.
Yep.
But you know, in 3 of those last 6 starts, he's allowed 5 earned runs or more. And the Yankees bullpen, who's been reliable for most of the season, since returning from the All-Star break, has not been nearly as dominant, or actually they're a little bit flailing, and especially over the last 7 games. You know, I put a lot of emphasis on whip, and the Yankees a 1.52 whip over their last 7 in the bullpen. And even more alarming, they've allowed 7 home runs in 23 in the 3rd innings pitched. And that's an extremely high ratio, and very alarming when you're giving up 1 home run per a little over 3 innings pitched from your bullpen over a 7-game stretch. So, and Verlander, you know, his last 5, I mean, you can say what you will. Yes, his ERA is over 5 on the road, but over his last 5 starts, 1.74 ERA, a 1.06 whip, averaging over 6 innings pitched per start. And since last year, he's faced the Yankees 3 times, 3-0 in those team starts with a 1.42 ERA and an 0.63 whip. As a matter of fact, dating back to 2016, he's made 12 starts against the Yankees. I should say his last 12 starts against the Yankees. 11 of those were quality starts. And for those of you out there not familiar with that term, quality start is 6 innings or more pitched and 3 earned runs or less you give up. And the lone exception, he went 7 innings in that game and gave up 4 earned runs. So he has a very good history against the Yankees, not only against the Yankees, but at Yankee Stadium. So I'm going to go against my beloved Yankees here. I'm going to take the New York Mets minus 117 over the Yankees.
I think it's a good price for Verlander. I think he's going to have a second half, like obviously a better. He has to have a better second half than he did first half. The Mets just in general. I'm a Verlander sucker. I mean, Verlander, Scherzer, those are my to me, they're still Tigers, you know. So I mean, I go there, but Domingo Herman, I can't trust that guy.
Erratic.
I can trust that. Let me on the mound. I know I'll at least suck every time. But him, I'm not ever going to throw a perfect game. I'm never going to do it. Okay. But that guy, you never know. You just really never know with him.
You know, it's dumbfounding to you.
I can't put my money on a guy like that.
Yeah, I mean, is he was so good in recent seasons and looked like, you know, he was a potential ace to his staff, and he's really regressed this year.
Mike, I hope that answers your question there about that. Ross, man, I'll tell you what, you hit the nail on the head. I like when you're on Tuesdays, because sometimes I'm like, well, this is why I'm going with this, and I don't know. This is what I'm doing. And you come out here and you got a laundry list of reasons why you want to go this way, and they're all what I was trying to say, but you actually, you know, that's why you're the man, the myth, the legend. Well, Ross Benjamin, everybody. What else you got going on for us? How's everything else treating you?
Everything else is good. Looking forward to football, Lenny, prepping for that. You know, it can't come soon enough. I'm not exactly enjoying a great baseball season, although I did go 3-0 last night. But yeah, you know, football, as you well know, is our main bread and butter in our industry in terms of revenue earned. That doesn't mean that we don't want to win in every other sport. I'm just having a bad year comparatively for the standards that I've set in years past. So yeah, it happens, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. July's been a little rough for me as well. It's, you know, the dog days of summer. They call it that for a reason.
Yeah.
And, baseball's kind of been draining me.
I mean, Sean Higgs, who's I think is a terrific Major League Baseball handicapper, he's really struggled of late as well. You know, we've talked about that. And, I would say keep an eye on Sean going forward because he's not going to go bad for that long.
Not even a little bit,
there's
right.
a huge torrid run coming up, and same thing for me. Hopefully that started last night with that 3-0.
Yeah, hey, right. Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm looking for college. This is I have to ask this, and I feel it's a dumb question, but like you're looking forward more towards college football or NFL, and I know the answer is both. But
there's no such thing as a dumb question, especially coming from you. When it comes to sports betting, anyway. Now, if you get into other topics, I may have a varying opinion on it, but it's not. It's about sports betting. My answer would be both. You're right, but if you put the proverbial gun to my head, I would say I'm looking forward to the NFL because I love the NFL. I love college football too. Don't get me wrong. But there's something about the challenge of picking winners against the NFL because notoriously it's the toughest of the two sports to handicap. First of all, you're only on any college football Saturday, you're looking at 60, 70 games, something like that in that area. So, if finding some value over a 70-game board as compared to an NFL card on a Sunday, for example, or even a Monday night where there's just one game. Anytime you give us as professional sports handicappers more options to choose from, there's a better chance of us finding value. So I take a lot of heart in pride in my NFL handicapping. And I do in college football as well. But if there's a discernible difference at all, I would have a slight lean that I'm looking forward to the NFL.
I'll say this: NFL is some of the most of the time I look at it the same way. Like it's more of a challenge because those lines are sharp. They are there's so many games a week. They're once a week, and they're sharp lines. Where college, there's so much that you can. Like me, I'm a Mac guy. I like to go in the Mac and the Mac-action, and you can find some not as sharp lines and you can find a lot more value kind of there. And
it's a good point, Lenny. You know what I mean? Because the sports books and the odds makers, I have all this respect in the world for how they establish a line, an opener. Okay. But once that opener comes about, the human element comes in. Number one, you're not getting anywhere near the action in the MAC as you do in any of the Power 5 conferences. And number two, so it only stands the reason they're paying more attention to the money coming in those Power 5 conference games, those brand name schools, than they will if Miami, Ohio's playing Toledo. So
exactly.
You'll never get them to admit that, but if indeed there's a vulnerability, that's where it is. And then also you mentioned the sharp line. If I could just interject one more thing before I forget, because I'm getting old, Lenny. So anyway, and them guys teased me today on the show, by the way, and I thought of you because I needed you on my side this morning. Sean and Jesse telling me when Ross first started betting, his first bet of his career was the North against the South in the Civil War. So.
Boy, did you
talk about guys that
cash the ticket though? Did you cash?
I just I give it back, but you got to take it sometime. And
that's fair.
Those guys are very good at teasing me, and that's okay. That's what makes things entertaining. But anyway, the NFL. If you're going to catch the NFL in what you term as maybe soft lines, you have to catch them early because once you get beyond week 3 or 4. They got a handle on what's going on, not that they don't initially, but I'll give you an example. My September record in the NFL since 2010 is absolutely phenomenal. And I attribute a lot to that. I just feel like I'm just a tad step ahead of before the time comes where the lines get extremely sharp. So
And it gives the odds makers time to adjust that line too, depending on the money coming in on which side or where or what's over under, whatever. So then you give them the time to adjust that line. If you're betting that game Sunday morning, say an NFL game, you kind of miss that line most times out of not. I kind of picked that up from you, from Sean Higgs, some of the other legends we have here. Nick Parsons who's coming on, same thing. Yeah. Like you guys taught me that when I'm watching Sunday football, I'm really looking in between games is when I really start to look at next week's matchup. Yes. And I really, Monday I'm betting Sunday's games. I'm 6 days ahead, if not more.
Sean is a perfect textbook example of that. He's very good with that. He's looking looks 2 weeks ahead. We had a lengthy discussion on that, and But you're right, Lenny, in what you picked up and what you're doing is because, especially like in September, what I just alluded to. Yeah. If you wait till Sunday morning, there's a good chance that if we're picking it up, a lot of the sharp, huge bettors in Las Vegas and around the country are picking that up as well, and you lose value by waiting till Sunday morning.
Absolutely, absolutely. Ross, it's always a pleasure, my man. I appreciate you coming on. Anything else you want to leave us here with? Don't forget, I'm going to plug this real quick, pull this up. You're looking for Ross's premium plays at picksandparlays.net. Use this promo code MLB. Save you 20% off of the legend Ross Benjamin's premium plays. So.
And don't forget, folks, nobody circles the wagons like Detroit Lenny.
I'm like a kid in a candy. I'm a little schoolgirl every time I hear it. So, hey, Ross, I appreciate you, my buddy.
Thank you for having me again, Lenny.
Take care, man.
Take care, man.
All right, guys, we're not done. That was Ross Benjamin, the man, the myth, the legend. I mean, what do you? I don't know how this next guy does it, but he does it every week. He fills these shoes. He comes on here and he's got to follow up Ross Benjamin. So I don't know how you want to do that, but go ahead.
Well, hopefully giving some winners ultimately. That would be a good way to hopefully do it. Yeah.
I was going to bring these comments, but I didn't want to bring some of them up here. We all know Ross likes the green and white more. That's just a duh. Tim thinks Ross bet the North. Brian thinks he bet the South money line.
Uh-huh.
So that's where we're at. Guys, don't poke Ross. I'm telling you, he'll come at you. Nick Parsons. Follow Nick Parsons on Twitter at Nick Parsons Pro. How's it going? I haven't seen you in a week. Haven't talked since last Tuesday. How's the sports world of handicapping treating you? How's everything going?
Yeah, good. It's going really good. I mean, just a lot of what Ross touched on there. We're at this point of the season where we're all sort of in this industry are in the same boat. We're all looking forward to football coming up. That's safe to say. Everyone is. And, I've already been looking at the Hall of Fame game and
me too.
And but no, things are going decently. CFL and MLB got some good runs going over the last 2 months. And so just looking to keep the good times rolling. Ready to break down a few games here today, hopefully.
Yeah, talk to me a little bit about the CFL. You mentioned that. How's that treating you? I just haven't got into CFL. I didn't get into it early enough, and now I feel like I'm late to the party. Kind of.
Yeah, and now it's too late.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just treading lightly, kind of through the whole thing.
As a handicapper, you're trying to cater to what's the most popular going on, and so during the summer, I really get into the CFL. I mean, I'm from Canada, but I really get into the CFL up until college football starts, and then I kind of, then my focus shifts away from it. And so I really do get into it up until that point. And then again in the Grey Cup. And so that's just been the way it's been for me over the last 20 years. I play the first, third of the season, basically. And then the other sports sort of take center stage. But no, I started off really poorly this year, like Ross was saying with his baseball. These are long seasons, though, and I just stayed the course. I stayed focused. I'm now back up over 500. I've gone 11-4 over the last 4 weeks. I've been hitting some really big game of the year plays. I only had one play last week, and it was my Eastern Conference total of the year, which I hit. I have my Western Conference total of the year going this week. I hit both my Eastern and Western Conference games of the year. And this is all in the last 2 months. And so, yeah, coming into this weekend on an 11-4 run. So that's been going great. Baseball is not my best season either this year, but
Right.
I got off to a terrible start, and I've just been clawing my way back. And now I'm on the cusp now of moving back over 500. And so it's just because of this last 2 months. And so, as I say, if you look at my last 2 months, they look pretty good for sure.
That's fair. I'll say, I mean, you're third on the site in the last 30 days. So you're up, up there as far as that goes, third on the site in the last 30 days. And that's kind of how I judge stuff, is like, give me a 30-day window or a week, you know what I mean? Because nobody's perfect, and nobody's horrible either. We don't, we're very selective about who we have on there. As far as the leaderboards are the leaderboards, check out picksandparlays.net. Those leaderboards are very transparent, whether you want to see yesterday, 7 days, 30 days, year, sport, specific, whatever.
Yeah, they're great. Absolutely.
Talk to me some baseball. What are we doing today?
Yeah, well, the couple of matchups I was looking at here. I mean, one of the teams, I didn't hear if you guys talked about the Orioles and just how unbelievable the Orioles have been doing. I was hearing some talk today that perhaps they're going to get Ohtani.
Yeah, that's kind of what we touched base. Arizona and Baltimore, real front runners, if you will, or early suitors for Ohtani. I think he'd be great in either uniform. I think there are front runners for the series, either team who gets them, both in that particular situation, depending on what they give up, obviously. But Orioles at the
kind of like Philly though in this one to bounce back after that loss yesterday. Taijuan Walker, he's been sharp. I think that this is a really reasonable price. Philly hasn't thrown in the towel or anything yet, obviously. So, I like Philly at this price to bounce back.
I like Philly today.
I like standing in front of trains. You know me anyways, but yeah.
Ross liked the Mets today against his Yankees. That was his free one. I do like the Orioles. I'm taking the Diamondbacks and Merrill Kelly today. That sooner or later they got to come out of this slump, Ohtani or not. And the Diamondbacks have really,
that's a solid play. I mean, even
not played well lately, and you're at home against the Cardinals team that is not. It's probably
just sort of been playing spoiler, Yeah, and Mats has the terrible win-loss record, but the decent ERA sort of in comparison. But still, you got to like Kelly here in this bounce back spot for Arizona. I would agree, and at that price,
there you go. Yeah, exactly. You get a minus 130-ish price in there, so I don't hate that at all. Minus 120.
Some other interesting series was Toronto and the Dodgers, of course, and Toronto took that first game last night.
Yeah, that series is like the Rangers and Astros for me. I'm just gonna move on.
Right, just wait.
I want to watch it. I don't want to bet it. I don't want to watch it.
Right.
Chris Bassett on the mound and
Julio
Urias on the mound for the Dodgers. In that game yesterday, what did it go? 11 innings, 12 innings? I'm trying to think. It went 11, final and 11. Blue Jays win 6-3. Yeah. So talk to me about tonight's game. Are you one way or the other?
I guess I would focus on the total in this one. Last night, if you got down early on that Blue Jays Dodgers, you would have won. It opened at 9.5. It did close at 9, so it was a push. I would kind of lean to the under here. Urias started off the year really slowly, and he's been getting better as it's been going on. So you were sort of pointing out some of these with Verlander there. You would expect him to have a better second half. How could he not? I mean, he was a little bit injured in that first half. And so that was he came into the year injured. That was something different for him. But there's plenty of pitchers who had not the greatest first halves, like also Tony Gonsolin, because you remember that he was just unstoppable, right? Last year. And I mean, he still has really good numbers that would be on any other team. And if he hadn't posted those ridiculous numbers last year, but his numbers are a bit down, but you would think that he could have a strong second half as well. And I think that could be the case here for Urias as well. He's been super consistent over the last 3-4 years,
Yeah.
So I would think that he would be a candidate to have a strong second half. And so just considering the form of Bassett as well, that one pushed last night on the total. I think that this one goes under. I sort of like the under in that one. Yeah.
Captain Brian here says Ohtani to the Rangers. Obviously, he's a Rangers fan. We got deep pockets.
That would be good. That would be amazing, wouldn't it?
So I'm okay with that because I have a futures ticket on the Rangers. But my problem, I don't think that answers the problems that the Rangers have.
That's true, and really, yeah.
That just adds to the strength that they have, but they need middle relief and bullpen.
Maybe it's just a rental this year anyways, whoever gets Ohtani.
And if it is,
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Miz says Orioles rocked Urias. That's fair. I mean, the Orioles kind of rocked everybody at some point this year.
Yeah, that's true.
They've
no matter who it was.
They're fun to watch too. I mean, I don't know, I talk about this sometimes. I don't watch every game I bet on. I don't, there's not enough time in the day. I'd be sitting there with 5 TVs and 4 remotes.
Right.
The ticker. I can't do that.
Yeah.
But I have watched some Oriole baseball. And they're, first of all, they're 62-38, 32-18 on the road, but they're 2.5 games up on the Tampa Bay Rays in first place, but they play like they're a last place team. They play with like spunk, they're
great. Thinking the drop off is going to happen, but it just isn't. It's just unbelievable.
They just keep going. Everybody else drops off, but
you look at Gibson. He's got a pretty pedestrian ERA, almost at 5. You know what I mean, with the 9-6 winning record, and so that is a testament that they are getting run support for sure. They're these starting pitchers.
Yeah. So I really like the Orioles to do some damage here in that division, but you guys just need middle relief. You just need something. I mean, I'm not saying you don't go after Ohtani, even if it is for a rental, like Nick said. I mean, it's a 1-year thing. Go at it. I don't know if you saw this earlier today. I read an article. Jaylen Brown from the Boston Celtics now has the richest NBA contract in history. $304 million. I swear to God, I did this. This was
just doesn't make sense.
It was. Twitter changed its thing. Twitter changed its logo, so I'm like, "Where's my Twitter?" It's Brown Celtics. Let me pull up the details of it real quick. But it's just, and it's all fully guaranteed. Jaylen Brown has agreed to a 5-year, $304 million supermax contract extension with the Boston Celtics. It's the richest deal in NBA history. It's fully guaranteed with a trade kicker, no player option. I just think it's I didn't know. I mean, I read it literally 10 minutes before we came on the show. So if you don't have any, but I just think these basketball contracts are starting to get up to baseball contracts are obscene.
It doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Crystal Craig has a good point too. The best thing about the Orioles is they're getting no respect from the bookies. They're plus money a lot. That's the best part about that for sure. Is that the lines, the book hasn't caught up to. I don't think the book believes they're that good. I think
and you get some good value on the run line option a lot of times with Baltimore.
Yeah. So, I mean, today's not a day for me in Baltimore, but yesterday was. So I mean, it's just.
I'm sure when the playoffs start, that's when they're going to tank.
Oh yeah, that'll be
crazy.
Yeah, I'll be like, oh, let's go Baltimore, this, that, and whatever. Don't forget, guys, if you're looking for Nick Parsons premium plays over at picksandparlays.net, use that promo code MLB, save you 20% off the entire site over there. Check that out. Nick Parsons always got good stuff going on over there. Why? That's stupid money. I know it's ridiculous. It is. It's just ridiculous. But definitely check them out over there at picksandparlays.net. Use that promo code MLB. Don't forget to hit that like button, share, subscribe, ring the bell for notification. This has been the Bet Win Repeat show. We're going to bounce on up audio. Oh, Ricketts here. Ricketts here. We got to go. What's up, Lenny? Hi, Nick. Rickett, we were just talking about Shohei Ohtani going to Orioles and them still being underdogs in a World Series round. Basically. But we're going to jump on out of here. We appreciate everybody stopping by. We'll see you guys next Tuesday. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Nick Parsons will be here next Tuesday, 1 o'clock Eastern.
Yes, sir.
Bet Win Repeat. We're out of here, folks. Good luck.